Hello, hello, is your boy Brandon from Audio Addiction. I am running this by myself tonight, which, if you are familiar with the channel, we've been doing a lot of K pop stuff, but my background is metal, heavy metal, metalcore, all that sort of stuff. So if you do wind up seeing this and you're a K pop listener, I understand if you don't want to watch this. That would make total sense. But for those who listen to a variety of music, much like myself, I wanted to do a heavy stream because I have not listened to a lot of heavy bands this year, but I wanted to get into some more this year. So come join me if you are a little bit on the heavier side. In terms of the groups or bands we're going to be talking about tonight, Greyhaven is one of my favorite bands. They're a post-hardcore band from Kentucky. I don't know why I blanked on that, but they put out a great EP that I'm excited to listen to. I did pre-order it, and I'm waiting for the vinyl, but I have not gotten it in the mail yet. But I wanted to listen to this album live. The only song that I've listened to is "Welcome to the Welcome Party." So very cool. Ron, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the follow earlier. You'll probably see your chat thing up on the screen now. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of heavy music for those who are uninclined. I love doing heavy music, so I feel like I gotta cross-pollinate and do other things. So if you do like seeing the heavier stuff, let me know. But in terms of the groups or bands that I want to talk about, I'm so used to saying groups because K-pop is groups, and I'm gonna get confused. So just gonna say it out of memory. But in terms of the bands we're going to be listening to tonight, Greyhaven's newest album, which is pulled up here, Stereo Grief, and then we'll be listening to Boundaries' newest album, Era's newest album, and if anybody else has another suggestion, let me know. But in terms of the bands we're talking about, that's what we're doing tonight. Again, if you do listen to K-pop stuff, this may come to a shock to you. So just want to preface that out the gate. But yeah, very fun. I'm excited. Maybe we'll have Alex join on some of these. He is my co-host, one of my co-hosts that does the K-pop stuff. But yeah, we're going to be breaking this up. It'll also go up on YouTube. So for those who feel uninitiated to this, I will also be throwing it up there too as well. So yeah, give me any suggestions you would like. Would love to see him in chat. But yeah, we're going to start off with Greyhaven's Stereo Grief. I love this band so much. I'm so excited to get this in the mail. But in terms of listening to this album, the only song that I've really listened to is The Welcome Party. So let's get into their first track on this album, which is Past Material. So show it some love. Okay. Turn it up a little bit. Ooh. That bass work? Oh, I like this chordage. I love Brent's clean tone so much. Ooh, second verse is cool. Nice little hi-hat section. All right. I love this chorus. Very melodic. Ooh, I like the harmony in the back. Great layering. Okay. I think it's descending. Yeah, gotta be it. Okay, cool. All right. Oh man, I'm so stoked. All right, that was past material from Stereo Grief, the newest Greyhaven stuff. Um sound What are you talking about, Jared? Get out of here. That does Oh my god. Not in a good way. This was not good. I don't like that. I don't like that comment. I'll whatever. It is what it is, you know. Um Man, I love this song. I love their guitar player. I feel like, again, I always have to point it out as a guitar player myself. Man, it's so much fun. I love the guitar riffing going on here. I think for the sheer fact that it always surprises me they only have one guitar player, to have such a grasp over the guitar scale is always really impressive to me. So really love that a ton. As well as that, man, this was wild. I love that. I love this, like, kind of just like descending minor melodic sort of guitar riff that they're using. Super super sick. That chorus sounds massive, which is always a strong point, I feel like, in any good Greyhaven track. But man, Brent really delivers vocally. I even felt that in the Welcome Party, but I feel like even more so with this song. I've loved the combination between his vocal styling over the years. He's always really impressed me as a vocalist, but I feel like with this sort of stuff, he's always elevated, and I love that. So really really fun, great opener. Their drummer is, I think, just the band itself. If you have not seen Greyhaven live, I do feel like they deliver in that sort of live setting in such a fun way. So I would definitely recommend, if you have not seen this band live, go see them live. Great band to see live. And I've always had a great time listening to their music, but I think they are the one band amongst a multitude of bands that I've seen live that always delivers in a live setting. So please go out and see them. As well as that, just, I think their instrumentation is always they always step up their game in terms of each album. I've pretty much have all of their albums now at this point, thanks to Brent, because he gave me the oldest album that they've released. So I have them all, except for the newest one, which I'm waiting to get in the mail. But my God, such a sick band. So absolutely love that. Great energy, and I think a great opener to this album. So if you have not listened to them yet, would highly recommend it. We got a couple new homies. Jared, thank you for joining. I know I'm just busting your balls a little bit. I've been good. You know, having fun doing these. Obviously, if you come on here, we do a lot of K-pop stuff. So if you like K-pop, you also love metal, then you are in the right home. If you like K-pop, great. Stick around for K-pop stuff. Do that plenty of times during the week. If you do like the metal stuff, join me again. Maybe I'll be doing these live here on Twitch more or less than no offense on YouTube, I love YouTube, but maybe we'll do them on Twitch because I love seeing the chat on the side, which can't really do on YouTube. All right, getting my life together. It's so seamless how they go from cleans to harsh vocals. Would absolutely agree. I again, Brent is such a masterful vocalist, and I don't want to feel like I'm simping for him, but truly, I think he has a really unique vocal tone, and I think he does a great job of being able to mesh the harsh vocals, but also really being able to deliver more in the cleans. And I think with this EP, I think he's even pushed his clean vocals in a better direction than I felt like maybe with previous albums that they've done. So absolutely love that. I have been listening to the Welcome Party a ton, so I feel like I have a pretty grasp on what they're trying to meet. So love that. Some really fun really fun albums to do tonight, so hopefully you're stoked. I know some homies are in here, so much love to you guys. Jared says, I know the Boundaries is after this, but in case I'm not here, that's my current album of the year. All right, I thought the Knock Loose one we did one last night was great on YouTube, so I feel like it's gonna be an interesting list this year. If you have any other, again, if you're joining me live, if you have any suggestions, leave them in the chat here, because I will try to do one more. I'm planning on doing 4 albums tonight because Greyhaven's a short one. So if you got any other ones that you would like me to do, let me know. Hopefully they're not longer than like 12, 13 songs. I'm going to try to be reasonable, but that's the plan. So Getting My Life Together said, I read the theme of the lyrics from an interview. Concept is really cool. It's about a house where each room is like a different dimension slide. Oh, wow. Okay. So that would make sense given maybe it's a concept album, which I am all about. So love that. So I'm really stoked. Yeah, definitely go check them out if you haven't. Love the boys in Greyhaven. I know they are currently out on tour as well, so if they do hit your town, go out and see them. Great live band. Really stoked. Really upset they're not coming out here, but it is what it is. But the next one we're going to be moving into is going to be Confined Collapse. So we're going to get into this. I'm also going to adjust chat a little bit because I want to still be able to get the track up here because my screen is a little too big. So if you see things adjusted on your screen, it's not you, it's me. I'm going to fix it. So let's go. No, okay. Ooh, this is great. Let's go. Ooh, this bass drop out. All right. Oh, this is tight. This is going to be high up there on the list, I think. Oh my god, that was awesome, guys. That was track dose from Greyhaven's newest EP, Stereo Grief. I'm still trying to figure out this chat how to minimize it a little bit because it is. I can't even look at it. I have to look at my other screen here to see the titles. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not important. Kalori, thank you. I if I butchered your username, I am stupid, so apologies. They said, do you react to YouTube music recommendations on stream? I try to. Kind of do a smattering of different genres, so I'll spare you that. I'll give you the TLDR. I'm doing all of these on Spotify for the most part, so I will probably be doing these on Spotify. In terms of, do I listen to modern competitive beatboxing music? I don't think I've ever heard something like that. So, if you want to just, I don't know, if you want to, we'll do it a little bit later. I have a couple albums I'm doing right now, but maybe we'll hop into it a little later on, see what's up. But man, this song is great. I love the riffs from this one. This was really fun. I love the kind of, again, aggressive tone that this song brings. I think they find that really a great line between having enough aggression to their stuff, but again, I think expounding upon more of the clean singing going on in this track. So definitely enjoy this a lot more. I still like past material, but I do feel like Confined Collapse is that perfect mix of like chaoticness as well as like really great melodies. So I love the kind of combination of that a ton. I think they did a really great job of kind of threading the needle a little bit on this one. So really, really enjoyed this one. As well as that, I also enjoyed kind of Brent's, like, the way that he kind of does this, like, vocal kind of rise a little bit. I think the way that he hits the key, especially towards the ending portion of that chorus, is really fun. I think vocally he, again, is kind of going in a little bit of a different dimension, but I appreciate the fact that he's just kind of going out and doing different things vocally and stylistically. So really enjoyed that a lot. They also really enjoyed kind of the, again, the more dissonance, especially in sort of the verses of this song. I think they did a really great job of finding that balance between having really aggressive verses paired with like really open, really melodic choruses. So I think they do a really great job of kind of threading the needle on that a ton. So really, really enjoyed this one a lot. I could definitely see why this would be considered amongst people's favorites in terms of this song off this EP, because I do think it kind of is that kind of quintessential Greyhaven sound, and I think they do a really great job of finding that middle point. A lot of great instrumentation. Excited to go back and listen to this one again because I think there's some stuff that I definitely missed out on. Trying to get my stream fixed a little bit, but I think they did a really great job of kind of knowing what is good and trying to kind of find that great middle point between being aggressive and being melodic, that I really feel like the Welcome Party did a great job of as well. So great song. Really enjoyed this one a lot. I think this will probably be amongst my favorite by the time we're done with this one. So really, really excited. Kyle, thank you for joining. I didn't even recognize that. I saw your name. I saw it in the chat, but I was like, I know that. I know that, and I couldn't remember it. So thanks for giving me a follow as well. Much love. Brain broken, tonight. So we're rocking. Day My Life Together says, New Frail Bodies is stupid good. Is it just a song or is it an album? Ron, let me know. If it's an album, definitely do it. And in terms of OG Screamo fan, I love it. I haven't listened to an OG Screamo album in quite a bit, so might check that one out. If that one came out recently, let me know, and we'll try to see what's up. Kalori, let me DM me on Instagram. Let me know, because I feel like this stream is mostly heavy music, and I don't think it's gonna fit super well with the flow, but let me know. It should just be Audio Addiction Media at on Insta. So let me know. All right, Ron says it's a screamo kind of sound with Sunbather, Deaf Heaven mixed with piano. Huh. That seems interesting. I like that. Okay, okay. I'm a big fan of Deaf Heaven. I also really love Pianos Become the Teeth, so I feel like that might be a good mix. Let me know. We'll tackle it after because we have boundaries and era to get through, so we'll do it. Um, my brother dropped a new track today, but I'm not trying to hop in and just chill. No, go. I mean, we'll listen to it. We'll throw it on the docket. We'll throw it on the docket later. We're gonna try to do what I'm gonna try to do as much as I can. Like I said, most of the times I do these like just to preface for people who are watching in chat. I typically do either full-on album reviews or I do reactions, and I kind of took a pause from doing reaction videos because I just don't have the wherewithal to wake up at well, stay up till midnight or later and do something live. So I'm getting older, you know, so I'm gonna try to do more of these streams here on Twitch. So if you do happen to see this on YouTube, come hang out. We'll probably be doing more of these in the future. I love doing the midnight releases, but man, I'm 31 and starting to hit. So not gonna do, and plus I do a lot of the K-pop stuff and editing and things. So your boy's burnt out sometimes. So if you got me on a Saturday or a Friday, possibly early Friday, we'll try to do it. We'll try to do it more often here on Twitch because I like the K-pop stuff and I love the metal stuff. So I'm gonna try to feed both if I can here. So if you like both, even better. You're getting double fed. So, but anyway. We're going to move on to the next one, which is The Welcome Party, which if you have not heard the song, this was the first single that was released off of Stereo Grief. And I already knew that I loved this song, but we're going to listen to it again because I fucking love the song. So let's give it a spin. Oh, that riff. That like fucking snare hits, crazy. Like the movement. Every time, man. I like this like ominous ooze in this fucking bridge. So tight. Such a clean like drum fill too. This riff gets me every time. I love this. Tempo shift, love it. All right, that was track 3, The Welcome Party. If you're just joining me, I am going through Stereo Grief, their newest EP. We'll also be talking about Boundaries and Era. So if you like any of those bands, let me know. Come hang out. Would love to see you. Man, this track is great. I had already done a reaction video on it, so I'll give you a little TLDR on it. I have been listening to this song ever since I did that video, and I've consistently listened to it a ton more beyond that, but until this album dropped, and then I stopped listening to it for whatever reason. But I'm glad that it's back in the rotation because I absolutely love this song. I loved it when it first came out. I still love it the same now. I think this kind of blends, and again, giving kind of an indicator to what this EP was. I think it does give you a good blend of, if you love the aggressive tonalities that Greyhaven brings, I think this song does a really great job of keeping you at bay, letting you know it's there, it's real. You know, the type of music that they're creating is still very much the same, in the same boat as what they're making still. If you've been a fan since like before Empty Black, you know, they've done similar things and are going to continue to do the same things, which I really love. But as well as that, I think they do a really cool job of continuing on with, again, Brent's clean vocals. I love his melody choices in this song, especially in the chorus. I think that's such a like full send moment, and they do a great job of kind of continuing on with some really great melodies. So absolutely love that. But probably my favorite thing is their guitar work in this song. I think their guitar player does a really fantastic job of creating some really cool riffs. I think in the music video, he kind of does like a two-hand tapping sort of situation at the beginning. So I absolutely love that. Anytime you can incorporate like a two-hand tap is always like 2 thumbs up for me. But as well as that, love the kind of tempo changes, especially in the, I think it's the second verse, to kind of keep it like more like melodic, ominous, especially with those kind of like oohs and ahs in the back. It really kind of adds this textural element that I really enjoy about this song a lot, and probably again another reason why it would be amongst my favorite after we're done listening to this EP, just because I think it just has a memorability to it that some of their other songs, which I mean I've loved all of their albums, but I feel like this one is always really memorable to me just because of the tempo and the rhythm changes. I love the ending where they kind of slowed it down, hit you with kind of like a little bit of a give you the riff but slower vibe, and I think they did a really great job of honing that in just a little bit more to a T. So great movement in this track. But yeah, I think this was one that again stuck out to me a ton when I first listened to it, and is still sticking out. So I think it's a very good indicator on how talented these guys are. And if you again have been living under a rock and haven't heard of Greyhaven, now's the perfect time to start listening to them. So go give them some love. But Ron says, blows my mind how consistent they are as a band. I would absolutely agree. My buddy Kyle says, Greyhaven does not miss, dude. They're just so consistent with being able to slow down and speed up tempo without ever feeling like a riff salad. Yeah, I would agree. I think they find that happy medium between, like, if you're a guitar nerd and you like good riffs, there's plenty of riff salad there for you to consume. But I think if you're just kind of like, I love post-hardcore and like don't really think about it in that sort of aspect, I do think they do a great job of finding that midpoint of still keeping songs really like personal and really connected. But if you're a musician, like, you just eating. If you're a drum player, like if you play drums, man, you're eating because their drum player's nasty. If you're a bass player, you're getting your fill of that. If you're a guitar player, you're getting your fill. So, and even if you're a vocalist, you're getting your fill. I think, again, as I mentioned, Brent's a phenomenal vocalist. So I think if you look at it either way, any way you slice the cake, you're gonna get something good. So definitely love this song a lot, and just want to let everybody know, again, just, you know, full sending it. But we're going to move on to the next one, which is Sick and Lavish, which is track 4. So let's give it some love. Ooh! What is this riff? Ooh, that's a different sound. Ooh! It's kind of giving me like Maylene Sons of the Disaster type vibes. Norma Jean was also a good one too. Ooh, okay. I like this vibey section. All right. Strong bass too. Love it. I like that little lead section. All right. I like the little bits of cleans in this riff. Really tight. Oh. The transition from extremely heavy to like melodic on this song is jarring in the best way. Oh, okay. Give us another bar. Cool, like, little delayed guitar riff kind of a thing. I'm loving that drumming pattern. Oh, this is great. This is a great track. All right, if you're just joining us, that was Sick and Lavish from Greyhaven's newest EP, Stereo Grief. Go pick it up, go check it out. If you're not joining me on stream, go show it some love. But man, this was great. I really enjoyed this one a lot. I think this one, again, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but all of these songs have been so good so far. I'm kind of mad I put off taking a listen to this album for such a long time, because considering how much of a fan of Greyhaven I am, I'm really surprised. But Man, this was great. I believe Kyle said it best in chat, saying this feels like a in a similar boat to that of like a Norma Jean, like OG Norma Jean, or I'd also say like Maylene Sons of the Disaster, or like I'm trying to think of like kind of in the same sort of like southern rock kind of range, but really really tight song. I love the kind of, again, the contrast. I think they've done just such a great job of knowing when to have songs keep it so interesting in terms of like really interesting like melodies and stuff, but then at the same point keeping it so like ethereal and beautiful in some places. That I really like the strong contrast, and that there isn't a way where they bleed those two things in. It's almost like a just a we're cutting it straight down the middle. We're gonna give you the really chaotic goodness that you like, but then we're also gonna hit you with some like really cool like melodic elements, very akin to like a Circa Survive, like a little bit more on that sort of melodic end of post-hardcore. Because I even remember somebody commenting on the Welcome Party reaction video I did, and they said that when they spoke to Brent this time around vocally, he wanted to kind of dive more into like his clean tone, and I think he's done a really great job of honing in on that. And there was definitely some elements where I'm glad he incorporated it in heavy parts, because I think it adds this really interesting dimension to it that I think would be really unremissed in some of these songs, especially in that like bridge section just before this like really interesting like melodic section. I like the little like low vocal undertone that he was singing in that like bridge section. I thought that was really nice. Contrast with like his harsh vocals was really cool. I like that a lot, and I would hope that they maybe kind of do that more in future releases. Would be really interesting. And I just feel like he feels more comfortable doing that kind of contrast between singing and screams. So I'd be very curious to see if that's something that they'll continue on doing post this record. So very, very cool. I will agree with Kyle in saying that there's definitely some He Is Legend vibes in this song. Certainly, there's definitely some He Is Legend riffs and feeling in this song that I really liked. As well as that, I love the kind of dissonance that was brought in it, more specifically in that like breakdown section. That was super tight. But I think the moments that stood out to me more were like kind of the more clean delayed guitar section, especially like this last minute-ish of this song was great. I love the kind of like the ambiance that it brings to this track. So definitely, if you're into kind of a good like 50-50 contrast, I think this is a great song to check out. I think this whole EP is a great EP to check out, but if you kind of like a good mix of both lands, then I think this is a good one that you'll find a lot of comfort in this one. So definitely a vibe for sure. Ron says, given Southern rock vibes on this one. Would agree. There's definitely some strong Southern rock, like Southern metal type roots in this song, and I like that. I mean, it all makes sense considering they're from Kentucky, so definitely something that they pull from as well. But yeah, their usage of like minor dissonant and like kind of like more melodic tones in this song, I think was really what stuck out to me the most. But yeah, overall, great feeling, good vibes. So definitely enjoyed this one. We're going to move on to track 5, which is the last one of this EP. It's an inverse of self-reflection. So let's give this one a spin. I guess I'm just going to leave chat like this for now until I figure it out.
Through the glass, we start again. Everything
I like that this section is like the bass just replacing the rhythm guitar. Really tight. Oh my god. Blistering. Love it. Ooh. Okay, they're just gonna end it on that, like, melodic ending. Interesting. All right, if you're just tuning in, this was an inverse and self-reflection from Greyhaven's newest album, Stereo Grief. If you have not checked this out, go show it some love. Ron, thanks for stopping by. I'll be posting the other two on YouTube later on, so come hang out. Would love to see you in the comments of those videos. Also, let me know if there's any other ones you'd like me to do live here. So we'll definitely be keeping my eyes peeled for some more heavy stuff. Also, go check out. I want to give a shout outs to Kyle, who's in my chat. He's got two different bands. If you like more like metalcore type stuff, more akin to like a wage war type music, then you'll definitely like his band Our Sorrows. So go show him some love. Very cool. But yeah, very, very excited. This one was a great closer. I like the kind of melodic nature of this one. Again, I know I've been talking about it a lot, but I think this one had the most clean singing on the album, and I think a majority of the song was clean, if not the entirety of the song was in clean vocals, which is really cool. Like the elements of that a lot. I also like the way that they played with like kind of the more like open space. I think there was some really cool like guitar effects and usage of space in this song that really kind of gives you this sort of sense of like floating, which I really enjoyed a lot. And I was kind of surprised that they incorporated this sort of element into their music. I know it was kind of I know it was kind of touched upon throughout a lot of these songs, but to kind of go full on, I was surprised that they decided to do a song like this. But I think they did a really great job of incorporating those really cool like ethereal elements in the track. So definitely enjoyed that a lot. Another thing I really enjoyed about the track was that Brent's clean vocals are really fantastic. I think he's got a unique vocal tone that always really surprises me every release that we get through, but I think they did a really great job of just having this kind of raft to his vocals, but also the same token, I think he does a great job of kind of measuring that out in kind of more of a cleaner tonality too as well. Like he's got such a clear tone, so I love that element of it. I'm glad that they had a song where he was kind of able to do a little bit more singing and spotlight that a little bit more. But as well as that, I think the instrumentation was also really fun in this track as well too. I think they did a great job of adding a lot of things to fill out the song, but also at the same point, I think there's a lot of space for these instruments to kind of grow a little bit more. So I like kind of the contrast of that, compared to a lot of the other songs on this EP where I feel like they have been much heavier. So I love that element of it, and I'm glad that they incorporated that a ton in this song. And I think it's a great closer. It plays off of some of the heavier elements of this album, but isn't heavy in a like scream sort of heavy way. I like that they took the heaviness cues from this album and made it more specific to just this song without screaming. So I think they did a great job of finding that middle point between those two ideologies. So absolutely love that a lot, and definitely a good closer track to this EP. So if you have not checked out Stereo Grief, go show them go show Greyhaven some love. As I mentioned, they're out on tour now, so be really cool if you go out and see them, because they are a great, phenomenal live band. But we are going to get into the next one here. I'm going to pull up my full screen here, so if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in chat if you want to ask me some questions as I get pulled up on this next one. But we are going to be doing Boundaries next, because I heard this one was good, so I feel like I got to do it. So if you got any questions for me or things you would like to ask me, ask them now, because as I get this set up, we're gonna rock right into it after that. Is it I think it's death is a little more. Okay, cool. I'm gonna see if I can get this chat thing situated. Let's see. Can I shrinky? Yeah. Huh. That's weird. Maybe I can't. Huh. That's weird. Anyway, we'll leave it there for now. If I can't shrink this chat. That's weird. I was gonna say it should be able to scale it down, which is a little odd because it's not here. It's not the one on my big screen I can scale, but the one in this one I can't for whatever reason. So, oh man, let me see if I can fix it real quick here, and I'll stop my